guys, and welcome to another video, and they actually added 5 new games to Sega Genesis and Nintendo Switch Online, and yeah, I think it's pretty interesting. I did hear of a lot of these games, but I've never played them before because I'm not really too into Sega Genesis and everything, but I'll definitely check these out. And the first one we have here is Altered Beast. So let's go ahead and play it. So yeah, I do think it's pretty interesting that they are adding these like separately from Nintendo 64 games, because in the past they would add both NES and SNES games together. So I guess they're just doing it separately now. Yeah, I wonder if it's going to be the case for NES and SNES games too, like they're going to do those this month also. Or they just like are not going to do those for a while, but I do think it's kind of good to know that we're going to get more than just one Nintendo 64 game a month. Though I do wish we would get more games in general, because it's definitely not worth $60 or $50 despite getting monthly updates with a few games from Sega Genesis. It's definitely still not worth it. But it's definitely good that we're going to get more than just like the singular Nintendo 64 game. But I wonder, with the Sega Genesis games, it's probably going to end up like the SNES games, and we're going to get a lot of more shovelware-based games. With these choices, I do think they're pretty good so far, because I have heard of some of them, especially this one in ToeJam and Earl, but let's go ahead and check out the next one here. I actually haven't heard of this one, but this is Dynamite Heady. You know, it kind of reminds, like the style kind of reminds me of Rayman 1 a little bit, but I know this is obviously something different. I've heard of this game before, but I haven't really heard much of it. This is interesting. I mean, I really haven't played it before, but, or heard of it much, but yeah, overall, it looks pretty interesting. But let's just go ahead and check out the next game. So the next one is Sword of Vermilion. So I think this one is more of like an RPG. I actually haven't heard of this game before. Okay, so we're just gonna put Reese in there. Okay, so it's just like a little background story here. But yeah, there's a couple more games, so I don't want to get too much into this. I have seen the gameplay trailer and everything, but I guess I'll just check this out another time, but I just want to get into the next couple games here. So this one is Thunder Force 2. Okay, so this one is more of like a shoot 'em up. Okay. Gameplay's pretty fun on this one. The visuals kind of remind me of, Xevious a little bit. But obviously a little better, because this was released later. And there's also free movement, too, which is pretty cool. Okay, so I think there's two types of options here with, like, shooting. Yeah, there's one that goes out the back and then two that goes out the front. Okay. But yeah, so that was Thunder Force 2. So now the last one here is ToeJam and Earl. That's one of the ones I've heard of, because I know there was, like, a newer game that came out, and I think it's on the Switch. And I know there's also a Twitter account for this series, too. So yeah, I heard this game was pretty good. But yeah, overall, the games here are... Actually, I would say they're pretty solid. Like, but despite having these games here, I definitely wouldn't say it's still not worth $50. Like, I mean, these are only 5 games, and hopefully they continue at this pace, like 5 games a month, and hopefully we'll get more games like Sonic, like maybe Sonic 1 and Sonic 3. I think Sonic 3 is kind of unlikely due to its, like, licensing issues, but overall, the 5 games that we got, pretty solid. Definitely still doesn't make this worth $50. They definitely need to do more, and they definitely need to tell us ahead of time, like months ahead of time, about what games are releasing. I do think it's a little weird that they just shadow drop these, but overall, I would say that these games are good. Like, even though some of them are, a little weird and some of them I haven't heard of before, I would say that they're pretty solid, though I do wish we had, like, more, like, notable titles, but overall, these ones pretty solid. I'm glad they really aren't shovelware titles like on the SNES. But anyways, thank you guys for watching this video. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more, and make sure to check out my Discord server and Twitter if you want to. Goodbye.